Hi guys, I'm your host Keely Carey 2010. It's been a while since I posted a video for just a blog, really, besides my rant about copyright and all that junk. Didn't really want that to actually be a big deal, but at the same time I kind of get irritated with the fact that some of the things that I want to do I don't think I'll be able to do because most of them involve music. So I think I'm gonna do some videos and test them out to see if putting in who it belongs to and who it's by and all that, see if that helps. But that's not what I'm here to actually talk about today. Today I'm here to actually talk about depression. There's many types of depression, and I've only experienced some of them myself. I am not an expert on this. This is just me telling you from experiences. One being not talking to anybody after a really bad breakup. You just want to be by yourself kind of deal. You cry a lot. And you just don't want anybody around, and that's a terrible depression to go through. Being around people is your best bet, is way better than actually not being around anybody. Talking about it, like with a counselor, a teacher counselor if you're in high school, or a counselor in general that's outside of town. Also, friends are good to talk to, family members are good to talk to. Someone who, really understands you and knows you, a lot, knows you, super well, and that would totally be a good person to talk to. For example, I have Sotisha767. She's also one of my awesome, really good friends, and I know that I could totally come to her for anything, and she would help me out, especially with depression. Talking it out is a big thing. Having a pet seems to help with depression for me, because I get to sit down and interact with Sebastian, and I get to play with him, and be able to pet him and all that sort of stuff. So having a pet is a big help. My depression that I really went through, since my mom does daycare, I went from a house full of kids to nothing when I moved out. So I went through, I don't know really what it's called, but yeah, it was pretty much interaction with other people and with the children and all that, and I didn't have that anymore, so it really sucked. So I went through this lonely depression, if you want to call it, where I tried to get a hold of anybody I could and everything, and that is a good, as his tail shows in the shots, that is a good thing, it's not a bad thing to call people up and want to hang out and everything. It was one of my ways of coping with being alone and by myself. So it kind of worked out the way I wanted to, and it'll be 3 years that I've lived on my own and moved only twice into 2 new places, this being one of them, and I finally found out, having internet is a good thing. So somebody's messaging me. Anyways, having internet is a good thing. It keeps me occupied, especially at the fact that I can actually talk to people online. So I'm not really by myself. I can talk to people through my PlayStation and all that. So I'm not absolutely bored out of my mind. And I have YouTube to look up videos on my account and everything. And yeah, I have, since I live in an apartment complex as well, there's a lot of people around me. So I can technically go downstairs down to the lobby and sit and have a conversation. They have games down there and puzzles and everything else. So I'm never alone, I just choose to stay... Really, cat? I choose to stay in my own apartment, in my own little space. So, but it really helps to be around people, you know. Go out and do something that you enjoy. You know, I enjoy gaming. I enjoy watching anime, especially anime that has real feeling to it, like Naruto really has a good feeling to it. I love the fact that, you know, he's inspirational, it's a really good character. You know, find things that are very inspirational to you. Now, if you've gone down the other path, which is really, really bad, it's called the suicide path, and I've seen that happen multiple times in high school, and I have prevented people from doing that. Thanks to them for having trust in me to talk them out of it or whatever, or the fact that they say, hey, I'm feeling like this. You know, I have great honor that they came to me and did that, because I think I saved some lives, you know. Not that I'm special or anything, but I'm grateful that, you know, I have such good friends that they came to me. And I have been down that road at one point in time. My family stressed me out so much. I've been down that road, but I've never actually really did anything. I mostly was so open about everything, you know, feelings-wise, that it seemed to help me even more to talk about it and everything, and, you know, so, what, baby boy? You just so want to be part of my camera scheme, don't you? So, yeah, I mean, if you're depressed, find somebody who's really good to talk to. Or play a video game, or something that inspires you to be happy. Draw, you know, cosplay if you have to. When I'm having a really bad day, I literally decide I'm going to go out on town and I'm going to cosplay and be somebody else for a day. Because Kyrie's having a bad day today, so I decide just to dress up and be goofy and everything else. And it makes me feel better. You know, having a hard day at work or wherever, or with family, or whatever it could be. If I'm in a bad mood, I dress up and I look at myself in the mirror, or I walk down the street, and I get a lot of people, I mean, not a whole lot of people, but when we were doing the red on white cosplay photos of Girl Sutcliffe, we actually had 2 or 3 groups actually stop me to take my picture. So, and it wasn't all in the same area. One was downtown, and one was going up by Dinosaur Park, and one of them was, like, not even a couple blocks from my apartment, because we had an open field, and I wanted some open field pictures. So, but yeah, it made me feel good to feel a little bit famous, and, you know, they asked me what it's for and whatnot, and I tell them about the convention, and they're like, oh, we're totally going, you know, we didn't know we had a convention, so it makes me feel good to share my life, or what I do, or inspire people to do, or whatever, I don't know. I don't know what you want to call it, but, yeah, whatever makes you feel good inside. You know, hanging out with your significant other, or family, or friends, or just go out and, you know, you don't have to go drink, or you don't have to smoke, or whatever. You could just go to a freaking dance floor, pretty much, and dance your heart content and all this other stuff. Or turn on some loud music, get some crazy lights going in your own place, and just sing at the top of your lungs and dance around, you know. I'm telling you things that help me out when I'm frustrated or angry or depressed. But yeah, it's kind of, you gotta figure out what you need to do. So, and if I end up helping somebody or saving somebody else's life, that would be a blessing to me on my part. So if you ever have any problems, I have ears open. Now, I may not get back to you right away, but at the same time, I am here to try and do my best to help people out, because I love helping people. It's my passion. And this being one of my passions, cosplaying and gaming, and being a geek or an anime freak or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just, it makes me feel good to help somebody out. So feel free to comment down below if you need any advice or want to talk. I'm not always on my page. I work, but I usually check my page after I get home, and I keep checking it every couple hours, really, to see if anything has changed. But yeah, I hope this video helped on depression and how to, like, fix it, maybe. I'm not really an expert. I'm just sharing my thoughts and views on my experiences. So, yeah. Don't lay in bed either. That's just another big thing, Another depression is not going to work or going to school or even doing anything. You just lay in bed and you want nothing to do. You lay in the dark, or, it's not a good depression either, because I've done that before too and got really nasty bed sores and all that, and it's terrible. You can get sick off of it too. So, but yeah, just be yourself and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, that you can't do anything. And just talk. Just talk. Even if nobody's really actually listening, it helps just to get it out there. It really does. So, I'm your host, Keep Lake Kyrie 2010, and this is my depression video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you right back here for some more awesome videos. Bye, guys!